There's a fucking knife there. I can't put a knife on YouTube.
Can you not?
Okay.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, probably. You can't stab people on YouTube.
No, you can't stab them, but can you show a knife? You can show a knife. I know a bunch of people I follow that they use like flip knives to adjust their camera equipment for a weird reason.
Okay.
They don't stab their cameras.
Why don't they just use like a screwdriver?
Well, you know how you've got like a pen knife?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Like a multi-purpose
like
tool.
A utility knife. They use it for like tightening screws.
It's a flip knife.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Okay.
I think it's a Canadian thing.
Okay. And it's just got a blunted end or something, maybe, I guess.
No.
To act as a Phillips head screwdriver.
No.
Well, then you'd never get any purchase, and you just ruin all your equipment. Canadians. Filmographers. What do you call yourself?
A videographer.
Videographers.
Yeah.
Bunch of cunts. Cunts in the first minute. There you go. I
can't have knives. Can't have cunts.
Yeah. I've had because I used Premiere. I had to watch videos and just. I get that there's a level of vanity that comes from filming yourself and calling yourself a product and then putting yourself online.
Yeah.
But like Jesus Christ, the amount of douchebags you have to watch to learn how to do something.
You have to. There's like a swarm of them. It's just an ocean of douchebaggery, and like I find the Premiere ones are snottier. And the Final Cut ones are more defensive because everyone's attacking them all the time.
Final Cut Pro is full of more victims.
From like a sea of like thousands of them, I've got like 5 or 6 that I follow that I'm like, you seem decent. I can deal with you.
Yeah. But yeah, there's something about it. That and going through different libraries to see stuff. And they've got all these like songs that are audio jungle and preview, and you're going through like 30 different slides and all of them just got, it's a preview, this is a fucking preview, it's a preview. It's like, I know, I get it, I've got a short temper, please stop trying to force me to rage over a fucking click on this to like and follow and subscribe and shit. Lightning, fuck it.
Have you come across the weird adjectives that they use yet? For some reason there's this, like if something's good, if something's crisp, they'll call it like crispy or like crunchy. Buttery's a big one. Like buttery
just
smooth.
A mess.
I don't know. They get just weird words that they use to describe certain shots that they're getting. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, maybe we're not cool. Maybe we need to be cooler.
How many of them made coffee?
There was a few.
Yeah.
There was a few that was like, just right now, just 1 second, I'm going to go make a quick coffee and we'll be right back. Like, okay. Well, all right, mate. Whatever the fuck you say. All right. I just want to know how much white balance I should use.
That's what it was.
But apparently I need to know what fucking mocha you're going to drink.
Yeah. Just can't. I just can't.
Yeah, I think it's just the type of people, and every fucking area's got it. I must be in a weird mood because I'm swearing a lot. My dog's barking.
Yeah.
There's every group's got its own little thing, but there's something about especially videography, with now that it's more towards social media videography. The amount of stuff that's like, we're going to make some incredible Instagram stories today, guys. Like, all right, okay. I didn't know that was a big thing, but fair enough.
I don't like the story thing. I don't like the fact that you put so much effort into something and then a day later it's gone.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm just crap at social media, so like I didn't like. YouTube's got them. YouTube's got these YouTube stories, and
what's the point? It's a video site. Things. Just have a video.
It's a preview. It's for people for people who consider themselves a product, who haven't sold themselves out enough in one day.
I made a video to preview the video that I've made. Okay.
Okay, it's all good. It's just not. It's not my wavelength. It's not. I struggle with social media anyway, to the point where I'm actually building a robot that's going to tweet for us now. That's my project. I've decided.
Is it called Susan?
Yeah. No, I've been doing a load of stuff on the website. Yeah, fuck. We got a fucking Amazon banner now.
Yeah,
we're a proper podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go to our website www.pullingteethpodcast.com, there's an Amazon banner on the top right, and if you click on that, and then if you go to buy anything, we get a kickback, which is kind of a weird thing to do. I had to fill out tax stuff, and I was like, I'm just going to give you my national insurance number and assume everything's going to be fine. So you go forth, Amazon.
Yeah.
And we'll see. And we're going to get reviewed to see if we're eligible after 3 sales, which is a weird kind of system, but fair enough.
I imagine
so yeah, if
all
you want
of
to
those
support
sales
us, check
will
it out.
come from us.
Oh no, I looked into it because I was like, I could just buy stuff on Amazon because I do it every day.
Yeah.
Like I buy my dog food from Amazon. They're like, oh no, you can't use it and you can't blackball other people into using it and cause some kind of big fight ring that's gonna spawn some kind of massive conspiracy of dog food.
Well, I can
Can't
use
do
it. Like, if you put your details in, it doesn't make any difference, does it?
That's true. No, yeah, I can't pressure other people into doing it. Was the wording?
Well,
I
then
thought that was
what
weird.
exactly is the point? You're not pressuring people.
I can suggest. I just can't stand behind you with a pipe. Okay, fine. I mean, 2 meters away. I mean, jeez, fucking, it's fine.
I mean, there's
So yeah,
there's
it's,
easier
yes.
ways to run a crime ring.
Get them through Amazon.
Yeah.
Through an Amazon and a podcast. Yeah,
Do
but
you need
yeah,
to
so
buy
did a
anything
whole
through
bunch
Amazon?
of-
No. All right. Well, if you do, like,
Do it. There's so much stuff on there. It's such a great site. Everyone can sell anything on Amazon. Buy it. But yeah, so I was doing a bunch of updates for the website. I was like, I finally got around to doing that, and there was some other things. And then, yeah, I've been trying to look into how to hack into YouTube to do all these server cally weird web developer things. And
Right.
then I had some ideas. I was like, actually, I struggle, and this is how much I struggle with social media and probably just life in general. I can put the effort into posting the episode on YouTube and making it public, write the description, but I can't write a tweet after that. It's too much. It's just too much.
it's changing lanes, isn't it? It's like, I picked my lane. I'm happy.
Yeah, it's just you've done your task, and now what? There's another task. It's like,
Yeah.
ugh. So I did some stuff to the web. I did it with the website where I can upload to the website easier the videos now. But now I'm thinking, why not just have like a tweet machine that tweets whenever we upload to YouTube. It just tweets the name of the video because we were going to do it anyway. We just never have.
Yeah.
So if I can build that robot to do social media, then maybe I can start drinking coffee and making white balance advice videos on YouTube now
Yeah.
that I use a different software. Yeah. It's a weird week. How's yours been?
It's been all right. It has been weird. We as a household have seemed to have steered into self-sufficiency.
Okay.
We're
Whereas before
gardening,
you were
basically.
self-dependent.
Well-
Undependent.
Yeah, we've started making loads of planters and planting veg and being like, well, maybe we could just do this and this would save on bills. Like, it seemed like a sensible thing to do.
Jesus, the carrot bill is fucking insane this month.
We were like, well, it's
Grow some carrots.
and so we spend like £6 a week on veg. That's like 20 quid a month or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Over the course
Yeah.
of the year, it makes sense.
Over the course of the year, how long? Let's just say carrots, because I imagine you want to grow some carrots. How long would a carrot take to grow? I'd probably like 6 months or something. That's a hot
that's
throw
the
in
thing.
the
So
dark.
it's more about eating seasonally. So you'll have different things ready in like on a month by month basis.
Oh, the ice lettuce hasn't come out well.
Yeah.
Fucking pile of dirt in a bowl. Oh, it didn't want to grow. Yeah. Okay. I get. Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's not
it didn't feel like prepper-ish because it's like a lot of people
Oh,
grow
no.
vegetables, and like
Yeah.
like it's not like I'm not hoarding for the future. It's something to do now.
Yeah.
But-
There's something to do.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like we got a load of space in the back that's like completely wasted. Essentially,
You're trapped there, so
yeah,
why not?
Yeah, so why
Combine
not
the two.
do something? Yeah, so I've just been like building planting beds all week and looking up like how not to kill things.
So do you think that that's genuinely going to save you money on bills?
Yeah, I think if you can.
I mean, how many carrots are you going to plant? You can't have more than 50 carrots, right, in your garden, I don't
Probably
think,
not.
under a 6 month period. So that's 50 carrots less on your food bill. Each carrot's about a couple of pence.
Yeah, so it comes down to it's again, like I think if you kind of want to be able to use it to save money, you have to alter your attitude towards the way you eat. Whereas we don't eat seasonally. I don't think anybody does really, because everything's available all the time.
Yeah.
So you don't really change what you eat by the season because everything's always in the supermarket. So like you might rely, whereas normally if you grow things normally, I guess you would rely more heavily on like carrots and potatoes and stuff come the like autumn winter months when they're ready. Whereas at this time of year it would be more like radishes and like fast growing roots that you can plant in the spring and you can harvest at this point.
But I think it's more the amount and the volume. I just don't think you can have like that much. So you can maybe have 5 carrots in the spring, and then that's that crop gone.
It is a lot, but it's also making use of space. So like I think there's this idea that I mean it's definitely an idea that I had, which was like I need like half an acre of space in order to actually grow enough to be
fucking pumpkin or something.
Any fucking point, yeah. Yeah. But it's
if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna invest multi-millions into it.
Yeah, but
carrots. And
I mean, at the minute, it's nothing. It's a load of beds with a load of like seeds and very small plants in it. But like we'll see how it goes. It's like
I think especially with your struggles of starting a project and maybe not following it through that we both suffer from. Yeah, there might be a lot of dead carrots in your garden. You never know.
The difference I'm finding with this one so far is that it's something that me and Vix have both gotten enthusiastic about. Like I'm usually very much about kind of like having my own thing and doing my own thing, and Vix is the same way. Whereas this is this is something that we're both involved with, and I think that accountability will help.
So for like the first time in your relationship, you're starting to enjoy spending time with each other, kind of thing, and maybe
if needs must,
that'll help. Yes, it's sacrifices, quarantines. You got to lean on the people you live with.
So. Got to grow those potatoes.
Yeah, no, but it's always going to taste better, isn't it? So
that's what
even if it's just like one meal is good.
Yeah,
like they say that tomatoes are meant to be apples. Like when you bite into, I mean Bill Burr says that when you bite into a fresh tomato, it's almost like biting into an apple.
They're meant to be.
No tomato's really been like that,
amazing.
In my experience.
But it's something about the way that they're grown. They have to be picked early, otherwise they just get destroyed in transport because they're much softer. Yeah. And like that white bit apparently in the middle of a tomato when you cut it open shouldn't be there. It's just because it's picked early. Right. Like that whole bit turns to fruit. Like,
so you've now got a civic responsibility if you grow tomatoes, not to drop them on the way back from the garden. Then basically,
yeah. What I actually have a responsibility of is if it works and if I grow something that tastes nice, not to be a douchebag about it, because like that's again, it's like the camera stuff. It's all I fucking see.
It's true. You're going to struggle as well because you're already starting off at like quite a top tier douchebag, and then like now you're introducing fucking vegetables. Well, the balance is going to go. It was something to do, isn't it? Something to do. I tried sweeping.
Greens was the big thing, like lettuce and stuff like that. Like that grows really quickly, and we buy a couple of bags of that a week. So and you can grow that within a few weeks, and you'd be able to harvest it every week throughout the season. Like that seems like something that would be a big return for the sake of just going out and putting water in the soil every day. Yeah,
massive return on the back alley lettuce. Yeah. Well, it's a hobby basically. So if it is enjoyable, then you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I did some gardening this week in my garden that has no grass. I did my own version of sweeping, which is a sweeping with a rake. It just felt
aggressive
better.
Sweeping.
Yeah, just like really disturbing and annoying the neighbours kind of sweeping. Yeah, it's pretty good. Did some shoveling. I just moved some gravel around.
Yeah.
Just wanted to enjoy the weather. So
yeah,
I'm struggling to stand now because the middle of my back is pretty intense. Because it's like, you're not meant to, lift with your feet or whatever it is. I called. I went to the new Modern Doctors, which is you get a phone call from an unknown number that says like, "What the fuck are you complaining about now?" It's called phone triage from my doctors, because what I mentioned last week, my hands and my feet, my extremities, they're painful.
Yeah.
So I can't really do anything. And like, number one, there was lots of babies crying in the background, so I think he was working from home. This GP, he sounded like he had about stage 5 of coronavirus himself.
Ugh.
Like incredible flu, incredible. Just like, what's going on? What's wrong? Your hands hurt. Have you tried taking painkillers? Yeah, but I've had it for like a month. I'll just fucking take it for another week. All right, bye. Which, you gotta empathise with it. It's like, I imagine doctors are getting the worst end of the stick on a lot of life at the moment.
Yeah.
Not even just like lifestyle, just like the amount, like people are horrible to talk to anyway, even more so when they're sick. Even more so when they're sick and panicking that they're going to die and kill everyone they love. It's like, no, you're fine. Have some Lemsip. You're going to be fine. Just don't go outside. Next. Don't go outside. Next.
Well, I heard a thing today that was like, like A&E visits are down loads, and it's not because people are having less accidents, it's because they're scared of getting ill, so they're hurting themselves and staying at home. Yeah,
just not wanting to go to the place where all the diseases are.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
It does a bit, but if you break your leg, like,
well, yeah,
go and get it sorted. If you put a nail through your hand,
yeah,
get some kind of sauce stuck in your head. No.
I did that, apparently. I don't remember it. I was a kid, and I think I was building a treehouse.
You shortly after reincarnated and just have no memory.
I think I stepped on a nail, or my neighbour stepped on a nail. I don't know. And another neighbour came and saved the day. I remember a face planted into a brick wall when I was 4.
That makes a lot of sense.
I got it confirmed last time I was down visiting family before this whole thing happened, and I was just like, I seem to remember as a kid like waking up to a paramedic on a sofa, and before that I was on a bike going down the road. What happened in between? And I don't know. It's like I think I got knocked out at one point. It's like, some people say that affects your personality, makes you all like chaotic and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it's all fine. Maybe everything's fine. So yeah, interesting little week. The news is up as well. Everything seems to be getting back to normal now.
Yeah.
Like I think the world in general is kind of getting a little bit back to normal. America. There was something this recently about Donald Trump telling people to inject themselves with bleach or something. Don't do that.
When he said it sarcastically, and then someone actually did it, and then a load of people like shat on him for it. It's like, dude, well,
I don't think the president should be sarcastic a lot to the public. Do you know what I mean?
Probably not. But what do you expect? Is he being
sarcastic, or are we invading Iraq? Well, there's a bit of sarcasm in there, but are we in Iraq?
I get it, but there is a point where it's like, it's one of those. If he asks you to jump off a bridge, like, why would you do that?
Isn't that the whole, like, but that's the whole American, like, patriotism, right? And the pledging allegiance and the military and the heroes. They all do their things for their country, and the country is represented by the president. So if you go against it, isn't that, like, negative? I completely agree. Anybody who heard heard Trump say, like, put poison in your veins and then did it probably shouldn't have. Yeah. But like, I don't think he's absolved of all responsibility, because I was 79% sarcastic in my tone. I mean, what do you want from me? Don't tell people to kill themselves.
I haven't seen what he said. I haven't actually seen the thing. I've just heard a load of people talking about it. So I'd need to see it really before I can properly kind of comment on it.
When I'm thinking about it, I think he said it in kind of the same way that we say all our facts. It was like, I'm not a doctor, but maybe you could just inject yourself with a disinfectant and maybe it'll be fine. I don't know if it will, but maybe it will. I think it was that. I think I saw a brief little video. But even then, it's like, just shut the fuck up. Just don't do that, man. Like, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. There's a weird line in there somewhere, I think. Yeah. But anyway, in America, they're just throwing money at people. So they were giving people $1,200 each in America just because, hooray, quarantine. The problem is they also sent them to the dead. So loads of people have just been notified by their deceased partners or deceased families' banks that now they've got money in them from the government that they have to deal with. And it's like, do you have to give it back? Are the government going to take it back? Do we need to give it back to the government? I don't think my dead mum needs it. Yeah. I don't want it. What do we do? So this act of generosity has just caused mass confusion. So someone throwing money at you. We're all sick. Have some money.
Yeah,
but they're really sick. They're dead.
Is it the stimulus checks or something?
I think that's what they were called.
It should just be given back. It should just I find it really strange that the whole thing is still like, here's a check. I think this was straight into people's bank accounts. I think it was called the stimulus check, but yeah, it was just put into people's bank accounts. Okay.
And it's such a small amount of money to the government that they've openly said it's not worth us trying to get it back. Just keep it.
Oh, okay.
But it's really fucked with a lot of people's I can't remember what it's called, but when people die, they need to freeze all their finances for the dead person's finances for a certain amount of time to figure out who gets what or something like that. And then if suddenly just money gets thrown into it, apparently that confuses everything. This dead person's collected a paycheck. What do we do? Who gets that? I mean, what do they do? So it kind of threw some wood chips in the works.
Yeah.
But this thing kind of funny. It's everyone's like, oh, the government. Imagine that's the whole thing about reparations, right? They're going to give reparations to the dead. And everyone's going to be confused. We're sorry, dead people. We're so sorry. But then it's all going to get confused. Just the idea that even the government trying to give people money, they fuck it up. It seems funny. Did I say last week there was going to be some kind of weird new Olympics because of this whole quarantine thing? Something about hot air balloons and javelin throwers.
What? No.
Fighting it out.
No, don't remember that.
Yeah. I said some comment about it anyway, but it came true this week. There's now the Elderly Olympics apparently going on, where we just get really old people who struggle to walk, and then we pay them and fund the NHS through them doing laps of some building.
Bloke. We did it of his own accord.
Oh yeah, but it's just since then other things have sparked off. There's another woman who wants to climb a mountain in her living room. And it's just by going up and down a staircase, 1,000 times, something like that. And it's not a bad cause. It's like, hey, it keeps you active and stuff like that. But it does seem weird that it's now becoming a bit of a what did they call it? It's some variation on porn, that food porn, but now it's like sports porn. It's just elderly people struggling to climb stairs.
It's just weird crazes, man. It's like the clap. Yeah. It's like, oh, the clap. It's a novel thing, and then the next week we're clapping for someone else, and then the next week we're clapping for someone else, and eventually it's just, why are we clapping? Can we stop?
Yeah, it's like a ripple effect if you start an applause.
She's dead. She can't climb.
Yeah. Just elderly people just doing stuff. And but the thing with this one was everyone was jumping on it because everyone's this starved for ideas and starved for hope, I guess. So something like, I want to get his name right, Captain Tom Moore, who can't remember what he might be a balloon captain, he might be a plane captain, he might just be a military captain, I don't know. But yeah, he started doing a sponsored walk around his garden, I think, and ended up raising, more than £28 million. I think that's the figure I've got here, but I think it's even larger at the moment.
Oh, is it bigger? The last I heard it was 12 million, so that must have been a while ago.
Yeah, it really ramped up pretty quickly because then all the celebrities and stuff jumped on it and stuff like that. And who's Ball? Michael Ball.
Okay.
Wasn't he the snowman? I can't remember.
No.
Was he the snowman kid? Ed Ball.
What's his name?
Yeah, I'm walking in the air. Oh, I think he covered it. I can't remember. There was some weird kind of child
I'm Alan
war.
Jones. It's all gone wrong for me.
Alan Jones, that's the one, yeah. Not Michael Ball. I don't know who Michael Ball is then. But he wanted to release an album with Captain Tom Moore, famous for being 99 years old. Wanted to do an album of You'll Never Walk Alone. A song about people who don't walk alone. For Tom Moore, who's famous for completely walking alone.
Yeah. A,
fair
like,
enough.
Can he sing? Don't know. B, like, he's just walked 100 miles. He's out of breath. It'll take him like 6 months to catch that.
It was 100 miles. It was something 100, wasn't
he walked
it? It was something
100
100
around
before.
his garden.
Oh, 100 miles. Okay,
and I think
fair enough.
there was a thing of like he was going to keep going for something. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, he did 100 miles in laps around his garden. It's like that's nuts. That's a feat.
It's a positive can-do attitude.
That's a feat for
now
anybody.
It's an album.
Let alone someone who's like 100 years old or what the fuck ever.
99, yeah. What the fuck ever. 100 or I don't know, what the fuck. 99, fuck, cunt. But yeah, like again, all good to him. I just and I think the album, I don't think he like sings in it. I think he's just walking in it. I think it's just
Michael Paul singing and just shuffling in the background.
I think so. A choir, an NHS choir, I think. And they were pushing it to be number one to beat The Weeknd, and I think that's a One Direction-y kind of band. I think they spelt it wrong, so it's got to be cool and hip. It's like The Weeknd. The Weeknd. They've been witchcrafted.
Okay. Are you allowed a choir at the minute?
get taken down now. Oh, we got a lovely choir. It's better be 2 meters apart. Those acoustics better be a little bit fucking more echoey than you.
It's a lot of people in one place.
This is bullshit. How can Captain Thomas Moore? What was his name? Captain Tom Moore. Yeah, how could he accommodate this choir of people during such a time? He should know better.
He must have a pretty big garden, so...
Yeah, the DJ, who they interviewed BBC Radio 1 chart host Scott Mills. Do you know Scott Mills?
Yeah.
Is he a person? Okay. He said the chart battle is down to the wire. This is between the 99-year-old walking man and a weekend. So I don't know whether it was Saturday or Sunday, but the bank holiday Monday. I remember. It's fucking like half-interested drummer, just really hungover all the time. On Monday. I remember when I first did the chart show on Radio 1 years ago, and it was Rage Against the Machine against Joe McElderry.
Oh, that was I think that was the thing, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah, that was the whole like
Rage
get Rage to the
Christmas #1. Yeah.
#1. Yeah, Rage came out on top in the end, and no one expected that to happen. I tried to explain streaming to Captain Tom Moore, and he was like, "Why?" Look at this fucking BBC One radio host talking to this 99-year-old guy who's probably just like, got holes in his shoes. Listen, Tom, you got to get the kids on streaming, okay? Why? Yeah. Well, Michael Ball's going to get on your case.
Yeah.
Fucking The Weeknd's after you. He said it's just a bit of fun. So Captain Tom Moore is obviously doing it in quite a relaxed way, and the BBC radio stations are trying to push it. So I think they won in the end. Actually, I think they made it to #1. The Weeknd crumbled.
Crumble.
I've got this whole other article about the woman who, a 90-year-old woman, was doing the climbing equivalent of the Highlands in her house, and that's going really well. I just put that in for reference. Yeah. You know Sam Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's officially a cunt now. Do you know that?
Why? What has he done?
I don't know. It's just. He's just a bit of a knob. Sam Smith has claimed that he 100% had coronavirus, even though he was never tested, but is convinced he 100% had the symptoms. He spoke to Zane Lowe for Apple Music. Where else would you go to talk about your symptoms of coronavirus? I better get Apple Music on the line. He's a musician.
He's a singer, yeah.
What's his songs? He's got a song. Must have a song.
He did one of the Bond ones.
Do Bond films? Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't do anything covering music, apparently. That's what I'm learning today. Who the fuck's this? Weekend? Bank holiday Monday. He revealed that he had self-isolated because he thought he had coronavirus, and then he suddenly made a full recovery. He's quoted as saying, "I didn't get tested, but I know I had it. 100% I had it. Everything I've read completely pointed to that. So, yeah, I think I definitely had it."
Or a cold.
Or you just fell over one day. I don't.
Yeah.
Why?
I know
this is a really weird attention-seeking thing.
But I know people that say this as well. Like they said, like, "Oh no, I had a period of like, oh well, I was fatigued for a week and then I got over it, so that was definitely it. So we should all just get back to it." It's like, oh, I can't.
It's like people who say they got depression. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I looked in the fridge, the milk expired. I was like, oh. So that was depressing. All right, mate. Whatever you say, yeah. Sam Smith.
Yeah.
I got tested. I didn't get tested, but I think I definitely had it. I'm Sam Smith. He said, luckily, everyone else was on lockdown already, so well done, Sam. But this is the thing that made him a bit of a twat. The Writings on the Wall singer, it's probably an album, recently announced that he was changing the title of their new album, which was called To Die For, out of fears that it could seem insensitive among the whole current pandemic.
Oh, shut up. It's a common phrase. For goodness sake.
Heaven forbid that an artist will release art that is relevant to the current state of affairs.
Yeah.
No, I just thought, the album would just be misinterpreted. Like, I don't want people thinking of death.
Misinterpreted as what? A good album?
Yeah. Might seem insensitive. I guess because it's called To Die For, so maybe his album is being... his new album To Die For, you need to go get it because you need to leave lockdown and risk death because it's so good.
Just call it To Die For and shut the fuck up.
Just nobody cares.
No.
Sam Smith.
Again, this is celebrities going nuts.
Yeah. Well, I think with the... I mean, I haven't really spoken too much about celebrities. I guess there is a whole attention-seeking thing, and when no one's outside your house taking photos because they're on lockdown in their house, maybe there's part of you that wants to get in the limelight a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got coronavirus. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to change my album name because of all this stuff. Okay. Can't you just make another album or do something new?
Yeah.
Fucking musicians playing in the street all fucking week. Now you've got Sam Smith trying to change my album name. And then you got fucking Good Friday over here fucking playing bass. Fucking Easter Monday on the fucking tambourine. Elsewhere, in Nebraska, a woman made a canoe out of a mushroom. That's that article.
Why?
Climate change, mate.
Like a full one?
Yeah, full one. Massive fucking mushroom, mate. Well, I think it was one of those things where technically it's a mushroom. Oh. It's like all the roots or something. But to be fair, it's a mushroom canoe and she's sailing down the river in it. Have fun. Climate change.
Yeah.
She fucking loves mushrooms. In addition to their ability to break down harmful pollutants and chemicals, it was pointed out that mushrooms can be used for everything from household insulation to furniture to packaging.
But don't.
Did you get our wedding invitation? It was in that fucking mushroom. I put it in a bolognese. I'm so sorry. Mushrooms are here to help us. They're a gift, she said. My laptop's really slow. Oh. There's so much we can do with them beyond just food. It's limitless. They're our biggest ally for helping the environment. Your biggest ally is a fucking mushroom.
Is she a vegan?
I don't know. I don't think it doesn't go into too much like that. It's just like, I think she was given a school project to think of an idea to help climate change or something like that, or to prevent
I reckon
it.
She's a vegan.
Okay. I reckon she's Sam Smith. I reckon she's fucking. I've run out of Good Friday. I don't know. I've used that before already. Yeah, she used a bunch of that. In other less mushroom-based news, a man was arrested after quarantining himself in a restaurant, helping himself to thousands of dollars worth of food and drink during a 4-day binge. So when the government was like lockdown, he was like, "I'm going to my favourite Cuban restaurant."
Just what? When it was empty?
Yeah, because there was lockdown. Just don't leave your houses. So all the restaurant was closed. So he just went in. And was like, "I'm quarantining in here."
Right, but there's no chef.
Drink all the booze. No, yeah, he just cooked all the food. Just drank all the booze. He ate his way. It was closed. Ortiz inhaled several $1,000s worth of food and booze, including 70 bottles of liquor. After a manager stopped by the closed restaurant and saw someone sleeping inside it with a bottle of rum, he called the police. It was all on CCTV. That's some CCTV footage I'd like to see.
It's smart. Like, it saves you going to the shops and that.
Kind of. It is like massive amounts of theft.
It's theft.
Well, yeah. He was charged with burglary, larceny, and our old favourite, criminal mischief. In connection with the alleged... I don't know, maybe he was laughing maniacally while dancing around the room, I don't know, running with scissors on the CCTV or something. But a bit of ingenuity there, you know. Don't leave your house. Restaurant.
Yeah.
I think I won't leave. That'd be fine. More towards the UK now. Birmingham, their funeral staff has been spat at by funeral mourners. And this is apparently because there's a limit, there's an entrance limit to funerals now of up to 6 people. I thought they postponed all burials. That was, I think when they started, they were like, no more funerals. First of all, they're like, you can leave for a funeral. And then they removed that. And now apparently 6 people can go to a funeral.
That's weird.
And
I thought you could do funerals. I
think they started off like that, and then they stopped it, and then apparently they've started doing it with, I don't know, ticket entry or something. Rubber stamping your hand to get into the funeral.
Velvet rope. A bouncer on the door.
And, like, I definitely get it, right? Like, it would suck if you couldn't bring everyone you wanted to somebody's funeral, or, like, to show respect or whatever, or for everyone to help grieve. But what do you want to... What do you want?
Well, at a time... But it's a double-edged sword, because at a time when more people are dying than usual, you can't say, like, funerals are postponed. Like, they're already dead. Like,
well, death wasn't postponed, just the celebration of it, I guess.
You can't put them in the fridge. Maybe you can put them in the fridge.
Well, I think in Italy they were cremating a lot of people.
We've got plenty of empty restaurants right now, I suppose.
No, there you go. Apart
from the Cuban one, shut them out to the dead.
Well, like, it's just, maybe there's something you could do, but you kind of have to go, well, a funeral is going to be weird if you're celebrating it 2 years after someone died.
Yeah.
You know, I've said celebrate a few times. I think that's the word you're meant to use.
Yeah. But
it's kind of what's meant as a working process. If it's happening 6 months to 2 years after the event, it's just gonna confuse. I think.
Like I had one of those like last year before or something. I had a relative that passed away abroad, and it took like 3 months to get the body back. So by the time they were back over here, everyone had already done the grieving thing, and it was a very different funeral to anything that I'd been to before. There wasn't that kind of raw kind of emotion, I guess.
Shock kind of thing going on.
But it did genuinely feel like a celebration of life, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. But, you know, so they are doing it, but just because you're grieving and not enough people are with you doesn't mean you need to spit at the funeral, guys, right?
No, well, like...
There shouldn't be that much spitting at your loved one's funerals anyway.
No.
That's kind of the thing to pump the brakes on, right?
Yeah,
slow down on the spitting.
It's not part of the deal.
Yeah. Not unless you're kind of like declaring some kind of age-old grudge that was never completely finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you're in Birmingham and you're dead, watch out because there's spit flying around. On other dead-themed news, in Stoke-on-Trent, a 46-year-old man died after choking on a piece of toast.
Okay.
46-year-old man dead from toast. Peter Harley had last been seen eating toast on the couch in his family's Heron Cross home. So I think he was staying with family, and like I think it was 11 p.m. I think, and he was eating toast on the settee,
Yeah.
and his dad went upstairs and said goodnight. His dad came down 2 hours later because the telly was still on, and his son was dead from toast. His dad, who's also named Peter Harley.
It's confusing.
One of them, not anymore, discovered, because he's dead from toast, discovered his son and unresponsive on the sofa in the early hours of February 12th. Paramedics arrived and said his airway was blocked from toast. They pronounced him dead at the scene. One unfortunate, it's tragic, and it can happen to anybody. Like, you can always just choke to death, right? It's just a random horrific thing. But I think toast is just a funny name, a funny word anyway.
Yeah.
Let alone death from toast.
It's because it's just so benign.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's funny ways to die. Like, there's unusual ways, which is like being, I don't know, charged by an elephant or something.
Yeah.
Or falling down a well or what the fuck ever. And then there's the ones that are so mundane that it's just stupid, like dying from toast.
Yeah, I mean, his family was quite nonchalant about the whole thing, really. There's a quote that says, "My son was unresponsive with toast in his mouth. I called an ambulance, but I already knew he had gone." Well, that's death by toast. I'll call an ambulance, but he had toast and now he's dead.
No, it's definitely toast. Kingsman.
I'm gonna spit at the fucking funeral parade when I bury this guy. The thoughts and prayers with the family. The patient was found by his next of kin, having left him sat on a sofa. His airway was obstructed by food. You mean toast? He was certified death at the scene. That's the other thing. I forget that you get a certificate when you die. This feels like the most patronising pile of crap in the world. Finally, you achieved something. I'm going to put this on the fridge.
It's technically a participation ribbon, though. Because a lot of people have died.
You didn't come first. Yeah. And let's go across the pond to Canada. A Canadian woman was shot in the chest, but it bounced off of her fake breasts and just left the other side.
Oh, right. Magic bullet theory. Like the Kennedy assassination.
Absolutely fine. His face was a fake breast.
No, it's like the bullet went in and then out somewhere else. Weird.
Oh, okay.
That's the magic bullet thing or something. I don't know.
Fair enough. But apparently the thing I like about it is she was shot in the chest, and it says that she was feeling heat and pain in the left side of her chest, and she saw some blood. She didn't realise she was shot, I guess.
Yeah.
There was a big bang. I felt it hit me like a bullet in the chest, and then suddenly there's all this blood. And she's just in the hospital, really confused, but like quite casual about the whole thing. I think I saw the word casual in there. She like sat there, just blood coming out of a bullet hole.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, there's 4 other documented cases of implants slowing bullets down, 2 of which were life-saving. She's a statistic now. And lastly, from me, bringing it back to Norfolk. Police have called off a search for a 23-year-old woman who vanished from her home in a seaside town, saying she is likely to have gone in the sea. She's gone, mate. Where? Fucking sea, mate. I mean, she's not. I've looked on the land. She's not here. I'll be honest. I had a little bit of a look in the sea.
Yeah.
Didn't see her.
No.
But there's a lot of sea out there, so she's probably just in the sea.
Yeah, I did a man look. Didn't see anything.
Should we just give up? Fuck it, she's probably in the sea.
Yeah.
That's like the most part. I mean, obviously, it was probably done with great thoroughness.
Yeah.
And it's a missing person, so it's taken very seriously. But she's probably gone in the sea.
Yeah.
It's a weird terminology for a missing person.
It's not safe to go and look for her, because if she's under the water, how do you know that you're 2 meters away from her at all times?
Exactly. 3-dimensional chess at that point, isn't it? You can't be trusting that. Norfolk police said CCTV footage showed her walking towards the sea, where her mobile phone was found. So
she was going towards the sea, but there was no confirmation that she's actually in the sea.
But, much like the end of Inception, I love to really theorise about what actually happened at the end. I think she went in the fucking sea. Just leave it open-ended. Maybe she's fine. No, I'm pretty sure she's in the sea. Okay, fair enough. Unfortunately, there's been no sign of Chelsea, and she hasn't used her bank account or social media. And there's I guess there's no Wi-Fi in the sea. So, if there was on land and she was missing, she'd still be using it. But now she's in the sea. That's a very old way of getting rid of yourself, isn't it? I guess. Throwing yourself in the sea. It's
very Sylvia Plath, isn't it? That's what they always say about her. Didn't she kill herself by walking into a lake or something?
I don't know. I only know her because apparently she's referenced in some Ryan Adams song. That's all I really know her from.
She was a poet, wasn't she? Sylvia Plath?
Maybe. I've no idea. But I think, something about depressing. Probably walked into a lake.
She just walked into a lake.
Where's the gavel? In the lake.
Oh, I've got the gavel. The gavel's been quarantined. There you go.
What was the... walked in a fucking lake.
She walked into a lake.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. Yeah, and that's me this week.
Yeah.
It's fun times.
All right. Few headlines, and to be fair, this isn't a headline. I didn't figure out how to write it, but like there was have you seen people like they'll put like maps of their runs, right, and then some people started like drawing things with the run and spelling things out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there were people that did like a massive
Ice.
like cock and balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, this woman,
I think it was like a "Will you marry me?"
Yeah, like that kind of thing. Well, this woman, she wanted to run the Boston Marathon, but obviously it got cancelled. But she'd done all the training for it, so she was like, "All right, well, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it in my own time," which is something I can respect, even though it's not necessarily something that I would probably go through with. And she wanted to use the marathon to spell Boston strong, and after running 42 kilometers and finishing it, she realised she'd written Boston strog. She missed like, it's just so much effort.
I've got to run another 42 fucking miles. Michael Ball's gonna have to make a fucking album after me.
Got to put an N in it. I mean, I suppose you could cross it out and just run strong again.
Just got to improvise with it.
Yeah,
adapt and overcome.
Yeah,
what they say, isn't it? But that's the other kind of thing of you got to put yourself in the public eye. Why can't you just run in a fucking circle or walk 100 miles around your garden? Instead, no, you've got to write some kind of airline message.
Yeah,
across the planet.
You fucked it up. Well done. Yeah. Have a medal. Oh, you can't because the marathon's not actually on. This is your own thing.
Yeah, now she's got to make her own Strog event.
Yeah,
which is
Boston Strog.
It's the Boston Marathon, but after the bombing, so some of the letters have just been blasted out of the word.
Yeah, and it's in Boston as well. Like, she's gonna get the shit ripped out of her. Like, they're gonna have like T-shirts made and sold all over the city that say Boston Strog on them.
Yeah, just embrace it. Just embrace the.
Yeah, but she seemed to be in good spirits about it anyway. She said she was a bit pissed off to begin with, which I can understand. It's a bit of a fucking stupid thing to do.
My life's work.
But it's like, you still ran 42 kilometres, so fair play.
Yeah, and that's like 20 miles.
Yeah, it's
something like that. 19, 20 miles.
Yeah,
so that's nearly a marathon.
Yeah, something like that. In other news, in the development of the COVID-19 vaccine, they're going to be using Tom Hanks's blood.
Well, I was a big fan of the man with one red shoe. I think I've never seen it. I just like the name, so I guess might as well use him. Did you hear that he gave a typewriter to a kid called Corona?
Oh yeah, because he was being bullied or something.
Yeah, because people were calling him coronavirus, so Tom Hanks sent him a typewriter called Corona or something like that. And really laid into the "you got a friend in me" references a bit too much. Sorry, Tom, but that's just my opinion. Tom Hanks watching this.
To be fair, Tom Hanks is one of the few celebrities that I always see that I've never been like, what a douche. Like he always seems like a pretty solid guy.
Yeah. To be fair, he's probably one of the better '90s sex icons. Apparently.
Really?
Well, yeah, him and Meg Ryan. What they were like?
Turner?
Turner
and Hooch.
Yeah, that was probably a sex icon film, right? It had to be.
Yeah.
There was a woman interest, probably. I can't remember. I just remember the dog.
Yeah, she was a vet.
Oh, and he's got a dog.
Yeah. He went round her house at like 2 a.m. to help her finish painting a room.
Okay,
and then they probably
put post
fucked.
in
I can't remember.
Their mailboxes. I don't know.
Yeah. I love
is he having trouble sleeping?
Any film with a dog and Tom Hanks, I'm in.
Okay.
Turner and Hooch, it's great.
I tried to think quickly of a film, but I was like, Castaway. No, that's a film where there's absolutely no dog. There's just a fucking volleyball.
Yeah.
And a volleyball's no equivalent for a dog. You can't kick a volleyball.
No. It made me made me want one of those dogs for years until I found out they only live for like 6 years or something.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. I don't think I could deal with that. Anyway,
anyway, dead dogs. Yeah, so Tom Hanks is they're watering down Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
and selling it as a cure for coronavirus, right?
Yeah, which I can get behind.
Science.
Yeah.
Do you want some Tom Hanks?
Because him and his wife both had it. They've got like the antibodies in their blood,
right.
So they've donated their blood to be used towards the vaccine.
Okay, so why not just use someone else's blood?
Well, no, they voluntarily signed up for it.
This blood's been in loads of films.
Yeah, so. Yeah. This blood's won an Oscar.
Yeah. This blood directed Band of Brothers. Fair enough. No question, really. Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. Who knew that was going to be the cure? How much more Black Mirror can you get that they're draining Tom Hanks for the cure? Fair enough. Whatever gets us through.
There's apparently a giant asteroid flying by Earth next week, which I guess when people are hearing this, it'll be this week. So have a look out for it. And it looks like it's wearing a face mask.
I thought it was just avoiding us. Just like, I'm changing my holiday, but I don't want to go to Earth now.
Someone's
going to go past it.
It's like 3.5 million miles away. So it's like, they said it's twice the distance between the Earth and the Moon. Or something.
The asteroid wants to live.
Yeah, but apparently it looks like it's wearing a face mask.
Yeah. Like instead of cloud watching, people are asteroid watching, and just hoping one's going to smash into the Earth and end it all, and they just see one passive aggressively going past. Yeah. No, at least keep it up with the times.
Yeah. And finally, a judge in Quebec has invalidated a $517,000 debt that was incurred following a few games of rock, paper, scissors. So,
I'm taking a court. Fair enough.
It was a guy bet his mate. Like
£526,000
on like 3 games. And it ended at $517,000, and he remortgaged his house in order to pay his mate for this game. And this was in like 2011, and then last year he was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, and he cancelled the mortgage and whatever, and the other guy that he was paying went to the judge to have it overturned, and he was just like, no, this is ridiculous. $570,000 for like 3 games of rock, paper, scissors with your mate at his house.
To be fair, if you bet me your house and you lost, just for the fun of it, I'd have to take it away from you. Turn it into a fucking bowling alley or something. Just be like, I could totally revoke, but it's much more interesting in terms of life stories that I now have your house because I beat you in rock, paper, scissors. That guy needs to learn a lesson, right? Don't escalate that fucking quick. Rock, fuck. A car, okay. Paper, shit. My house. Fuck.
Well, apparently they did like notarize it and everything. Like they drew up a contract and all kinds of shit.
Well, it's like those. Didn't some guy sell his life on eBay? That was a fad a little while ago, wasn't it? They happened
like
quite a bit.
Sold himself to slavery or something like that.
Well, they sold their life, so they sold their friends for a year. They sold their house, their car, and just all of it, just as one big sale that somebody else bought. And so, they had their friends included in the contract to be friends with them for a year or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So, just, I guess it's not that much of a stretch.
That's interesting.
To just sell your house. Yeah, again, just for a laugh. And I don't know how many judges or notaries were involved.
No.
But this is a funny, quirky thing. I'll buy that guy's life.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this life. Can I kill myself? Well, I could just sell it. All right. Sell it on eBay. See what happens.
Yeah. But that's me this week.
Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting to feel a bit normal in all the lockdown now, I guess.
Yeah. No more craziness. Are you centered and settled now?
I've detoxed.
Yeah.
Which I've noticed made a big difference. Yeah, largely from sugar, which is always a weird up and down for me anyway. But and that results in me sleeping for like 14 hours a day in the withdrawing process.
Yeah.
So I've got like 7 days where I was unconscious for more than 50% of the week.
Jesus.
Just kind of everything kind of energy went down. But you forget like how much. Well, you don't forget, but. I mean, apparently the reason that I would drink around 20 litres of water a day was because I was also drinking around 20 litres of sugar a day.
And you had to
just
process
like one
it.
Fuels the other.
Yeah.
Just something like that. Same with food, like just like craving snacks is because you're craving that sugar rush.
Yeah.
That sugar salt roller coaster, as Mr. Burr puts it. So life's a lot more boring, but I'm being a little bit more productive. But I think there is that as well that's probably, going on. But I think as well, just it's happened for long enough now that this is now the new norm. So it's just now it's not a case of, oh my God, it's so weird not having a gym. Now it's like, oh, I wish I had a gym now. When this is over, I'm going to go for a swim and it's going to be cool. Yeah. And that's kind of it. It's become the day-to-day kind of now, I think. Unless you're starting some kind of weird carrot growing business or lettuce
not a
harvest.
Business. I'm not selling.
You're not selling out, not until you start posting images of it on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm going to make the big money with radishes.
Yeah. Have you taken photos of your seedlings?
No, I think Vix has been doing some, but I haven't.
I'm not going to insult your wife. I've steered clear of that for a while. But you're going to do it eventually. I'm surprised you haven't done it. And you got cameras, so it's not like, oh, it's weird, Steve taking photos of things. Yeah. But, yeah, it's like put it on Instagram. Oh,
maybe when stuff starts growing, but at the minute it's like patches of dirt and little bits of green. It's like...
Hashtag new beginnings. Something like that. Yeah. I don't know, it's what people do. Self-sustaining. The world's a circle. Fucking Good Friday. I don't know. Yeah. Do you know any Weekend songs? Who the fuck calls themselves The Weekend?
It's one of those bands where I know them if you play them, but other than that, I get them confused with a bunch of others.
I don't know them at all, but to be fair, they're like... One, I don't listen to radio. I used to have to for work reasons, but... Well, I don't really get new radio shows. It's like same with TV as well, though, isn't it? It's like there's loads of TV shows that you don't really know about. I mean, who's that... there's a comedian, it's like How Very Mo or something like that. Shows like that. I just never really... Mo, I forget his name, but he's a comedian guy. One of those comedian guys. So just out of touch, old man. Old man with broken fingers and no vegetables in his garden. So
do you think there's anything that you're ever going to want to be like always fully in touch with? Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, there's still like a lot of music I enjoy was from tastes that I developed when I was like in my teens and early 20s and stuff, and I'll like a lot of the time I'll go back to that. But then there are there might be certain things, like certain films or certain TV shows or something where I'm like, I need to be in the present and know what people are talking about no matter what the age group.
Well, for music, for me, I think I've just definitely got my own. I know what kind of music I like, so there's not many like new. But to be honest, it's always been like a lot of different genres of music, and not with that douchebag. I drink coffee and I like all music.
No. But
like, there's loads of different types that I like, and it's just I will discover new bands, but I don't try to keep up to date with it. I'll get notifications that a new album's come out, and so I'll check it out. But I'd probably say for films and television, probably. Yeah. I'll probably always be in touch with that because there's been so many amazing film and TV experiences I've had where I'm like, I just want more of that. That's my drug. So try and find some new ones of that.
That's the thing. I think there's people who are comfortable kind of like just enjoying what they enjoy, and some that take great pleasure in kind of being current. And I just don't think I'm that person.
My favourite experiences have been when I've just accidentally seen something. Like, what's the Shane Meadows film?
Tyrannosaur.
No, like
Dead
before
Man's
that.
Shoes.
Dead Man's Shoes, yeah. I was in our Stoke house, actually, and I was doing something on my laptop, and this film 4 was on, and it came on, and it was just like, shit, this film's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I had the same thing with Fargo. I was just taking a break from doing when I started doing web design, and I just took a break and I put this on Netflix while I was making a fucking omelette, and I was like, hang on, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So many times I've just had it. So it's not even like, oh, I'm looking into the forums to figure out what's the new hot thing. It's just, now just keep on watching stuff, and hopefully, in an ideal world, come across something that I fall in love with.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm not plugged into anything. Oh, you could say stand-up comedy, actually.
Yeah.
I realised recently I watch more stand-up than everyone in our friend circle.
Yeah.
I'm like, you seen this one? No. It's like, oh, yes, yeah. So I farm a lot of that, but I'm an angry person, so some of those I kind of can't sit through entirely. So because of issues, anger issues.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we should still hire. No, not going to go there. There were some YouTubers we used to watch before we podcasted, and when we started podcasting, but like, these people are doing it. I wouldn't do it this way. I'd do something very different. But yeah, we'll start doing some. I don't know, a few more ideas for more YouTubey stuff, actually. Yeah, that I think would be quite interesting to do. Once everything's kind of set up, so this is like a longer term thing. But yeah, highlights like drilling down into some articles, and also I don't know how much applicable to the podcast this is, but things that I don't find adorable. I thought that'd be a good video series. And
anything.
Yeah, just just one small plants. Yeah, don't like it, and this is why. Some massive conspiracy theory. But yeah, just like little more into the two of us kind of thing. Videos I think could be quite fun, but it might be a different thing. But yeah, just thinking of interesting creative ways to spend my free time now. Yeah, maybe film stuff would be a good way to do it. I realised, I don't know whether you've noticed, but yeah, I've said before, I'm a chameleon, right? If I'm talking to somebody, I'll start to mimic them. Yeah. I start to do it with people's passions as well. I mean, I now own 2 different video editing softwares, as well as, cameras, all this kind of videographer shit that I never wanted to do. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy doing it. But I just sat, I was like, I should probably get, I should get some better lighting. I should get blue behind me. Steve had blue. I should probably get some blue. Try and do all this video stuff. I was like, hang on, this isn't me. This is me trying to motivate Steve.
Trying to motivate me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when people are talking about their passions, I want to come up and like meet them headway, and then try and motivate to do more stuff. Yeah, if you know what I mean. So, like, at the moment, if I did an incredible video edit with incredible graphics and the color was way better, you might be like, oh, maybe I should look into, maybe I never thought about it that way. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do that. Try and get some kind of spark going. Yeah. Not that you haven't got a spark. It was just like, that's what I kind of tend to do. And I just found myself looking at taking out second mortgages to buy film equipment for a hobby that isn't my hobby.
Didn't want.
Yeah. I'll get a typewriter or something. I don't know.
I think filming stuff, it's almost a supplementary. Like, you don't. Most people, I think people should learn to film stuff just because it's so available to you, in order to document the other things that you do. It doesn't have to be the core of it.
Yeah. I mean, you've been learning how to film stuff, and you're still actively not filming home videos, right? You're not like filming happy occasions or birthdays or anything like that. No, just I film coffee in the style of Edgar Wright, and that's it. But I just the chameleon kind of starts. So yeah, I looked around the other day. I was like, I've got a lot of recording equipment, and I do that with everybody. If someone wanted to do something, I just go like, let's dive in. And I'm very much a team leader, or like a team member. Like, what can I do to help? Let's get on and do stuff. And I need to be like, that's fine. You do that. I'm gonna sit here and eat sweet corn or whatever it is my hobbies and interests are. So that's coming round to, I need to do some kind of self-exploration as to what I actually enjoy / don't enjoy, and write it down on paper so that it's concrete and evidence, and I can put it in some kind of manifesto. Further on down the line.
That makes sense.
So some kind of video about why I don't get an emotional feeling when I look at children, or people wounded in the streets, and I just kind of like walk by, look, point and laugh. Maybe I can like make a video series out of it that can be used against me in a court of law. Did it fall butt side down? 3-day weekend. Anyway, that's me. So I'm at Nick Snip.
I am at Sing It Steve.
Yeah, we're at Pulling Teeth Pod on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find us at wisdom@pullingteethpodcast.com on the email.
We got the Facebook group as well. We got the website as well, pullingteethpodcast.com, which now has an Amazon banner on it. So if you would like to go out and support the podcast while doing your shopping, just click on our Amazon banner first, and then do your Amazon shopping. If you're going to do it,
it doesn't cost anything else. It's just,
if anything, it's just interesting, interesting thing to kind of look at. So fun week.
Yeah,
another contained week. Fun times. All right. So should catch you next week.
That's your lot. See ya.
Yeah.